Okay, today I'm going to show you another painting tip to fix and repair old Stormtroopers and Imperial action figures. These are tips I've used for building up my own Imperial army. Today we're going to look at the AT-AT driver. The AT-AT driver is a sort of grey and white figure, and you tend to find lots of damage to the white paint on the arms. This guy's in a particularly bad state. He's actually got most of his feet missing as well, so a prime example of the sort of poor quality figures I use for army building. So what we'll use today is another Humbrol paint. This time we're going to use Humbrol paint number 22, which is from the gloss line of Humbrol paints. This has a slightly shiny finish to it, and will match the paint tone that should be on the arms and hands of this figure. Right, so let's get started painting. The white Humbrol paints always tend to be a little on the thin side, so when repairing the hands and sort of shoulder areas of these figures, it might be that you need to do a few coats. It all depends on how bad the damage is on the hands. This guy's fairly sort of poorly in fairly poor condition, so he'll probably need a couple of coats like this. Unlike doing the black for the boots, which I've shown you in a previous video, you'll need to paint the whole of the hand area. You can't just do little patches. The original paint on the figures tends to go quite yellow with age, so if you only do a little patch, you'll really notice the fact that you've got new paint on there. The shoulder areas are a little bit awkward to do as well, because it butts right up to the body. With a little bit of practice, it doesn't take long to do it, but do be careful. You can also wipe the paint off the body quite easily if you make a mistake. As with the last video, it's fairly awkward doing this with the camera in front, but I'll do my best. You can see here it's actually worn off all the way around, so I'm going to paint an extra thick stripe there to sort of replace the damage on his shoulder. And there you go. I'll show you the finished item in a minute. You can also use these Humbrol paints to repair damage that you'll find on the sort of the bottom area of the figures. The legs are solid grey plastic, but the bottom is a painted grey. A mixture of the white and black paints. Use number 22 just because it's got a bit of a gloss to it. And if you use the matte black paint, you'll get quite a good match to the colour of the cheeks here. And here we have the finished figure. I've only done one coat on this guy's hands, as the figure is actually pretty yellowed still, and it just looks a bit crazy if you have really white paint on the arms and then a sort of yellowed body. The end result is still pretty good actually. If you've got nicer figures, it ends up looking pretty much like it should do originally. Humbrol paints are still my favourite brand to use. I know Tamiya make paints as well, but I find the finish of the Humbrol paints a lot better and a lot more in keeping with the original paint of the figures. And here's another figure I've given the paint treatment to previously. This guy looks a lot better because his body's still white and not yellowed with age. As you can see, it looks pretty much like it did originally. Thanks for watching.